Welcome to Anti-Aging Insights, where age is a state of mind and aging is a treatable condition. And now, here is your host, Dr. Teri Fisher.
Hey there, and welcome to this week's episode of the podcast. I'm excited to share with you one of the major trends that we are seeing in aesthetics. And this comes from Galderma's next report that they did recently. If you tuned into last week's podcast episode, which was episode number 67, we talked about the three overarching themes. Those were, number one, increasing accessibility, number two, advancements in science and technology, and number three, social community. And we talked about how these three macro movements are really what are driving the way people are perceiving aesthetic treatments these days and what they are pursuing when it comes to seeing their practitioners. Today, I wanted to jump into a little bit more detail about the first of the 6 trends that Galderma has identified in this next report. So what I'll do is over the next few weeks, I'll talk a little bit about each one of these specific trends and how this is guiding our industry. This first trend that we're going to be talking about today is all about proactive beauty. Now, there's a lot to this. When you hear proactive beauty, the obvious thought is, well, how can we be proactive? How can we take actions to ensure that our beauty is there for years to come? But there's actually a lot more to it than just that. And that's exactly what I want to describe to you a little bit more today. As I mentioned, this comes from Galderma. They've done an excellent job at determining these trends, and this is a lot of what is guiding their R&D going forward. So let's talk about proactive beauty in a little bit more detail. This is all about addressing aging before it becomes apparent. And my work at Anti-Aging Medical and Laser Clinic, of course, supports this trend, and we've been doing this for many, many years. This is all about prevention rather than correction. And this means that we are moving towards early interventions that prevent the signs of aging. What's driving this? Well, it's the question of what will I look like in 5, 10, 15 years? And will I be happy with that? Or are there things that I can do today to be proactive about my signs of aging? Consumers are becoming more invested in this question. And this is supported by the fact that 47% of adults in the UK agree that social media has made getting non-surgical procedures more commonplace. This is becoming more normal for us, for society, because these treatments are so visible on social media that it's no longer considered to be a little bit of a taboo subject. These anti-aging treatments are mainstream. How are people actually doing this? What actions are they taking to be proactive with their beauty? Well, they're looking at home prevention, and that means that people are more aware of what they can do at home to take care of their skin. The most common examples I can give you of this are UV rays and free radicals and triggering changes in our skin. So how can we combat that? Well, it's with good sunscreen, good antioxidants, essentially good skincare. And this is all about embracing better, more efficient, prescription strength, medical grade skincare products that help to prevent or at least slow down the signs of aging. The other way that people are being proactive about this is starting with light treatments. Consumers in all age demographics are looking at the less invasive treatments, they're sometimes even known as tweakments, to provide an extension of their skincare routines instead of diving into something like cosmetic surgery. They see these non-surgical treatments, things like injectables, whether it's neuromodulators or fillers, they see these as ways of moderating their signs of aging, and it allows them to tap into these treatments in a way that are much less invasive than jumping into surgery. Another way that the consumer is being proactive is through the preventative power specifically of collagen. More and more people are becoming aware of the fact that people lose collagen from the age of 20 on. Yeah, I know that's a sobering fact, but it's true. And so ways in which we can maintain that collagen is critically important for the health of our skin. There are a number of different biostimulators that can be used to help regenerate some of that collagen. And it's interesting because the coverage of these biostimulators in social media grew 8 times between 2010 and 2020. And this is clearly another trend that we are seeing. And finally, another way that we are seeing people being proactive with their anti-aging routines is simply the fact that this is becoming more and more prevalent in all of the ages. What we are seeing is, for example, nearly 75% of facial plastic surgeons reported increases in patients under 30 years old. Medical specialists equally see midlife patients for strategic, preemptive treatments. So we are seeing more and more people throughout various stages of their lives, in all different ages, being interested in being proactive about their beauty, about their aging, about their lives. And I'm seeing this in my patients as well. I have a wide variety of ages from 20s to 80s, and it's really wonderful to see the way people are positively embracing ways that they can stay as healthy as possible and ensure that they feel as confident with how they are looking on the outside, and making sure that that confidence that they have on the inside matches that as much as possible. So that's a little bit about where we are today. What does the future of proactive beauty look like? Well, today's consumer is looking more and more about how they can prolong their youthful appearance for as long as possible. This may include stimulating their collagen and their elastin production even more so, as well as addressing bone loss and hair thinning at the same time. As these proactive beauty strategies become more and more established, we're likely to see various types of treatments combined to look at skincare, nutrition, injectables, and many, many other modalities that are going to help to prolong a youthful appearance for now and into the future. And so I hope that gives you a little bit of a taste of that particular trend, proactive beauty. And again, if you haven't heard the previous episode, please do that and go back and have a listen to my thoughts on the overall macro movements in this industry. And stay tuned in the coming weeks for the other specific trends that I'll be highlighting when it comes to aesthetics. Thanks for tuning in today. Feel free to follow me on Instagram at Dr. Teri Fisher or on my website, drterifisher.com. Talk to you again real soon.
Thanks for listening to today's episode of Anti-Aging Insights. Stay tuned to discover more of the latest news, treatments, technologies, and developments in non-surgical cosmetic and anti-aging medicine. For more inspiration, to access the show notes, or to book an appointment with Dr. Fisher, Dr. Frame, or any of the other anti-aging professionals, please visit our website at antiagingvancouver.com. Until next time, stay inspired and live life well.